in their statutory obligation to follow what the Department for Family, Schools and Services are expecting them to do. So if you don't do that as a governor or as a member of Board of Governors, you are in breach of your contractual obligation to be able to deliver the best of education for the children.
How many head teachers do you think at this moment are actually standing against the SATs?
Oh, the survey, the postal ballot they did, they had only 40% of the head teachers that responded to the voting. And of that, I think about 65% said yes to the boycott, and the rest said no. So technically, if you have surveyed all the head teachers, we'll get a clearer picture. I'm not saying we'll go one way or the other, but I'm saying that not all the head teachers have expressed their desire for there to be a boycott of an examination that will help your students determine the level of achievement of your students, be able to know which banding to put the students to, so that you know which ones to support more than the other.
Why are they against SATs? And if they are, what other alternative is there?
Good. That's what worries me. The militant group have not been able to propose one alternative solution or anything that will replace it. No external examination. They're just saying teacher based on teacher assessment, teacher assessment, teacher assessment, and teacher assessment. Now, we've always had teacher assessment. We've had end-of-term teacher assessment. We want an independent external assessment that will be able to tell us that all the schools in the country have met a specific minimum requirement in teaching the students, and all the students have assumed one particular knowledge of a stage of your science, your maths, and your English. You cannot say, well, there's a pocket of a good school here, a pocket of a good school there, and another school there, and then you say you're making assumptions. You don't want to make assumptions. If they are coming to the end of their primary education, it's a landmark thing, it's a milestone. We should be able to make one statement that describes the ability of all our 10-year-olds across the country, irrespective of your postcode, because we've always known that the postcode you live in influences the education you get. If you now have a national exam, it will give us a clearer picture of where there is failing and where there is excellence. And then the excellent one can share good practice with the failing schools.
Quite a lot of the 10 and 11-year-olds will still be writing SATs. When will the SAT exams begin?
We are looking at the 10th of May. If you're a parent there, I think that's the best thing. You should keep your mind really focused. On the 10th of May, you need to get your son or your daughter ready for school. Make sure that they have enough rest and sleep and preparation before then. Because remember, exam is all about preparation, not about ability. We said it here, and we said it over and over again.
Still with the confusion of what subjects will be tested on the 10th and the 11th of May? Yeah,
the SAT for the key stage 2, which is the most controversial one, will be assessing your mathematical concepts. So you'll be writing one maths paper that will require you to do about 20 or so questions without a calculator. A second maths paper that will expect you to do about 15 questions, but with a calculator. And then you're going to have a mental paper where some sums will be read out to you, and you need to fill that in. If you are in need of getting hold of a past paper, you can email us, or you can come visit the imafidon.com website. We'll send you a sample paper, what they did last year, the year before, depending on which how much practice you want to do.
Very briefly, what tips should the parents have for revision for their kids this week?
Okay, if you haven't got the DVD Secret of Exam Success, it will be unfair for you to send your child to the exam without going through it, because it had 11 different tips. This program is too short for me to go through all of them. One, you must clarify which of the boards your son or your daughter is doing, the exam they're doing. B, you must be able to get audio-visual materials apart from just textbook. C, you get things like the maths manual that has past paper, past questions at the end of the chapter, and simplifies all these questions so that when you're seeing it again in the exam, it's something you're very familiar with. And then, more importantly, because students learn differently. Some students are auditory. It depends on learning. They hear more and they do better. Others do more when they watch and see things. Others do more when they read. So you identify your preferred way of learning, because everybody is not left-handed. Some people are left-handed, others are right-handed. So that it's exactly the same way the brain works when it comes to learning. When you've identified the way your son or daughter learns, then you get more materials in that format to support the child. So even if you have 2 children, if I assist my first girl exactly the same way I'm going to assist my second girl, I will not get the same result because they are different. And so you have to respond to their individual needs and work with them and then get the marking scheme, which is different from the model answers. That will help you in terms of dealing with the questions. So that a lot more tips on the video because time is running out, but get it and visit the website and be able to get more tips again on the website. They're available to you at no cost.
Yes, and if you need that DVD, you can log on to www.imafidon.com to actually order a copy of the DVD for yourself just before the SAT exams next week. Thank you so much, Dr. Chris. It's wonderful to have you in our studios.
Thank you.
And we look forward to having you again.
Thank you.
Viewers, remember this is Brunch Education Talk. Now stay tuned for the rest of our programs on Loveworld TV, Sky Channel 588.